Hey guys, welcome to another adventure at 5B's Garage. Today we got this Ariens snowblower. It's a 926 LE. It's one of my personal snowblowers. I picked it up last year. Thing works great. It's a monster, but I had a little issue this past snowfall. I'll put up some video. I didn't take video of me snowblowing, but I do have some video from my security cameras showing what happened. So stick with me and we'll get started on today's adventure. Here it is, the Ariens 926 LE. Over here, you got the Craftsman with the Predator engine on it. I had an issue with that this last snowfall as well. We'll go over that and we'll probably work on that in another episode. Today, we're gonna work on this one. So this here, you see the cover for the belts is missing. It's not missing, I have it. This is not the original engine on this unit. I'm the third owner of this snowblower. The original owner bought it and didn't realize that it ships without oil. So started it up, first time they used it, seized the motor. This is a replacement. And when they did the replacement, the cover here doesn't fit exactly right. This motor's a little bit bigger than the original, so they never put the cover back on. I do have it, but it's not on. And when I was using it, I was cutting into a big snow bank and a big chunk of snow fell in here and knocked off the drive belt. So let's see if we can get this drive belt back on. I have to separate the case from the blower housing and see if we can get this belt back on. I thought about, since I'm opening it, changing both belts, but I don't have them. I want to get this done. There's possibly more snow coming next week. So I just want to get this back on and we'll put the cover back on, and this unit should be good to go for the next snowfall. All right, here we go. We have to take, I believe it's loosened this bolt and one on the other side that matches. And then this whole thing should separate. Probably have to take this pin out here to get this bar away. But we'll see how it goes. The cover that belongs on here. The actual screw here and screw here to hold this cover on is there. So that's good. 9/16. Yep. This year is the first time I used this one. I bought it last year after I hurt my back shoveling. Said I was never going to do that again because that machine wasn't working that well with the old original engine. So that's why I swapped that engine. I picked this up for myself. Through the year there was a green single stage Craftsman 4-stroke that I worked on. That's another one I have in case the snow's not too deep. I can use that. And I also have an electric snow shovel for the back deck. So there's really no shoveling in my future. Ouch, that hurt. Going. Yep, they're flying in the sky and I'm here working on engines. Who's got the better hobby? All right, so it looks like this I don't know if you can see this. Looks like this cable here is what's holding us up. Let's see if I can disconnect it. Just give me a sec. Not like that. Take a pair of pliers. I don't have a pair of pliers here, but I do have these. Look at this. Got these pieces here. Okay. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. It came apart too much. All right, so you can see the drive mechanism here. This has to go around this pulley down here. It actually came apart too much. I didn't want to take it apart that much. Well, this looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? So let's see, what's happening is there's a strap that goes underneath here. It's one of those things where you need like 5 hands, I think. Leave that in there. There's not enough clearance for it to go on the pulley. Yeah, this is a lot of fun. Who the hell designed this thing? I might have to take this off so I can get it on here and then after worry about that. Let's see. That's just gonna too much tension on it. All right. What size is that? This isn't gonna be the same. Half inch works. Once again, we need like 3 hands for this. Okay, so we get that on. Now, what are we hitting on? There we go. This is gonna have to go under there. This will go up over here. And that belt will come off the drive pulley again. That's awesome. Now it's off the other way. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now we just have to get the bolts that are all the way over there. All right, that'll hold it together on that side. This will hold it together on this side. Oh, Jesus. However, now this is not in here. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, you need 3 different hands to get all this stuff together at once. Alright. Take this one out. Take this one out. We'll try to separate it just enough so that we could get this in. Now the question is, let's see. Now, I don't know if this moved, that moved this. Great. Well, let's put this bolt in. And then that'll hold it together for us. We need to get this cable in, so this way we can get that mechanism to work. So it's all the way that way. Okay, looks like we're good. All right, we got the bolts back in on both sides. We got our belt back on. So let's see if we can tighten these up. One on the other side, exactly the same. We got that going. Come back up here to this bar, put our pin in, got that going. Now we got to put our belt guard back on. Whether or not this is 100% right the way the machine was before, I don't know. Because like I said, this is not the original motor or engine, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Okay. So now, all right, we got that on. Let's see. Okay. That works good. So what has me a little concerned, if you look right on this belt here, it looks like this idler pulley, the pulley on the crankshaft, and the drive pulley, or the auger pulley I should say, is not in line completely. Even when we tighten it up, you can see how the crank pulley's here, the auger pulleys here, they seem to line up, but this idler pulley is that way. See how it kind of comes over and out? That has me a little concerned. I don't know if it's supposed to be that way. I think this whole mechanism, both of these pulleys should be further that way, because if you look, this one here on the drive, this is the drive. No, that one's good. When you pull the drive, it lines up. That's fine. This one here doesn't seem to be right. I'm gonna have to look into that. There is some play on this to where maybe it should be more forward. I'm gonna have to look into that. But everything worked fine until that big bank of snow came falling in here. And I think that heavy wet snow coming in here is what got this belt off the drive pulley. Maybe this is bent in a little bit. Should be bent outward. seems a little better. You know, if the belt is on the front end, that seems like it lines up better. All right, we'll leave it like that for now. Another thing I'd like to address is this light doesn't work. Reason being is, like I said, this is not the original motor. It looks like it might have 12 volts coming out here on this pigtail, but they took the original wiring and just kind of zip tied it up over here. Now, I can start this and see if this has 12 volts coming out, which I'm assuming it would have 12. Could have anything. And I'm assuming this is 12. I don't think it would have anything other than that. So if that's the case, we could just get one of these connectors and wire this in. This would be the red, this would be the black, and then we'd have lights. So let's see what happens. So I just remembered, before I get ahead of myself, the whole reason we're here was to put this belt back on and put this cover on. So let's do that before we get into anything else. So this is the cover. See, there's this screw here, and there's one back here that holds this cover on. And you got this screw here and this one here. Now notice this spring is pretty shiny silver. When I got it, this spring was rusted and had broken, so I purchased a new one of those. You could just get that from the parts list online. It's pretty prevalent. There we go. Put that on there. This one over here. Okay, that should prevent any more snow knocking those belts off. 3/8. Yep, 3/8. Okay, got that back on. Now, let's check on this, if this is 12 volts or not. Okay, all I did was strip the wires and push them into the connector there. Let's see what happens. All right, there we go. So all we got to do is wire this together. I don't know if I'm going to get this connector. I'll get another different type of 2-pin connector, put it on here. We'll put these two together and we'll have a light. I don't know how much it's going to do, but you know what? The wiring's here. I figure why not get it working. All right, here's something else I want to fix. This cover is missing. I ordered one last year. I never put it on. So let's get some lithium grease. We'll lube up these gears a little bit and we'll put that cover on. All right, I just got some white lithium grease here. Doesn't take anything crazy, just a little bit. Keep this mechanism lubed. This is the part number for this. I don't know if you guys could read that. It's 00261700, cover chute gear. It's just goes on somehow. There we go, just like that. I believe this is the screw. Also, I got from Parts Tree. 074000122. Looks like it's a self-tapping 1/4 inch 20 by 50. It's a 3/8 head. All right, now that's covered. I also picked up a couple of extra shear pins. This is a shear bolt 51001500, just so I have them. And I also have this nut retainer 0700900. Not sure what that's for. It seems to be the same thread pitch as this, but I guess we didn't need that. On the parts diagram, I guess it said we did. So that's good. All right, I don't have any 2-pin connectors handy, but what I do have is these spade connectors that are both insulated on both sides. So we'll use these. We'll cut this off, we'll put these on, and we'll be all set. I don't have a set of strippers handy, so we'll just use these. Okay, now, since this is the feed side, I think what I want to do is put this female on the positive. Since we're using a set of insulated connectors here, use the blue for insulated. Oh, that doesn't work out so well now, does it? Try the reds. That works better. And we're going to use the opposite side on the negative. This way you can't crisscross them backwards. Okay. This one I want to crimp this a little bit more. There we go. Got that extra crimp there. Okay, that one's good. Always tug on them, make sure they're good. Now what we got to do is fit the matching or mating side to the connector. So this way we don't put this side on backwards. Okay, go like that. So this is our positive. So this is going to go on our positive to the light, which is going to be the white. Good. Now mating for the ground or negative is going to go to this one, black wire. Okay. Good and good. Now we can connect them up and they'll never connect backwards because they got mating plugs on them. Okay, we'll put this over here. This goes in this hole. It's a little hole down. Okay, we could throw a zip tie on here if we want. I know it had one before I cut it off because I needed the slack in the wire. The slack is fine here. We could throw a zip tie over here. I don't know if, it should be all right, but we'll throw one over here. We'll throw one like this, and that'll be good. There we go. All right, I've spent decades in the trades, guys. Don't cut these. You just make a knife edge. It's waiting for somebody to get sliced on it. Just take a pair of linesmans, twist the zip tie. Now, there's no edge there going to cut anybody and hold secure. There's two last things I want to address on this before we're done for the day. The float bowl, I believe the float was sticking a little bit last time I used it. It stalled on me and I thought it was out of gas. By the time I got back with some fuel to refill it, there was fuel coming out of the bowl. It was overflowing out of the carburetor. So I'm thinking that the float may have been sticking with a needle. And also the fuel shut off. I don't know if it's working right because when I was just running this thing before, I turned it off and the engine never stopped. So let's see if we can get this apart. We'll take the fuel line off and we'll see if we can get it to stop flowing. It's 10 millimeters. I don't think we got to take all of this off. I think just this one panel, which is these two and possibly those two. But I don't know. Let's see. This may be fitted up to here, so we may have to take those off also. Now, like I said earlier, this is not the original engine from this snowblower. I believe the original was a Tecumseh. This is a LCI Snow King. I believe LCI bought what was left of Tecumseh when they, I don't know, went bankrupt or out of business or whatever happened to them. I could be completely wrong. I have no idea. Now this is all one piece, wraps around here. Whoa! The 12 millimeter over here on this side. Let me get a pry bar. Plastic pry tool. These always come in handy. I'm gonna have to take this muffler shield off, which I didn't want to. All right, I'll take it off. Two bolts over here. Look at that, it's dual exhaust. Okay, so this panel is separate, but the sticker overlaps it. Oh, that's awesome. Why would they put a sticker across two different panels? What is going on here? What are we getting stuck on? Some wiring below for the key switch? Seems like it. Come on. Really? Why do you have to give me a hard time with everything? Come on. How hard can it be to come off already? Come on. connector doesn't want to come off, the wires do. What a pain. Really? Come on. Great. The whole part of the switch came out. Awesome. This is a primer line. This is a snow blower. How hard can it be? Look at this. How the hell are you supposed to get up in there to pull these wires off? And then how am I going to get them back on? Come on. Who designed this thing? This is ridiculous. Good Lord. Look at this. I know you don't want the connectors to come off, but this is just ridiculous. Jesus. All right. So we got this shield off now. Well, this is turning out to be more than I had anticipated. Well, we got to get this one off and put this back in, and hopefully it'll work. Look at this. Oh my God. So this came out here, and I'm guessing it goes in like this. And I don't know, is that it? Looks like it's not in all the way. There we go. Heard that snap. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can see, they're connected in there. They're shorted together. And then when you put this key in, pushes them apart. Okay. All right, so I think what we'll do is we'll take this bowl off, take a look at the float, the needle, and we'll see how this shutoff is working, or lack thereof. This is way too big. Nope, 3/8 don't fit. It's probably going to be metric, I bet. Yep, 10 millimeter. Okay, I got a glass jar here. Let's take the choke. Yeah. This is the fuel. So that should be on. This should be off. That's on, that's off. So let's see what happens with this. Take this bowl off. Look at this fucking wires all over the place. Well, who puts wires underneath the carburetor? Huh? I guess the fuel shutoff does work. Turn it on. Turn it off. Maybe it doesn't. Bowl is clean. See? It's not turning off. On. Off. Looks like I don't know if you can see here. See the float? Let's see when the fuel shuts off. I guess the needle and seat are working. I don't think it's supposed to go up that far. Should be more level. But we're gonna have to drain the tank and change that fuel shut off because it ain't shutting off. Look at that. There's a decent amount of fuel in there too. This fuel should be off. Makes no difference. Fuel on, fuel off. Huh. Well, that's not good. Take the pin out. Try not to lose it. Yeah, it's definitely going to get lost there. So I'll float with our needle. I guess that's... huh. I'm not so sure. Maybe there's some debris in the seat. I don't know. But let me get a clamp so we can clamp off that fuel line. There we go. Now that the fuel line's clamped, we won't lose any more out of the carburetor. I'm really not liking the way that float was working. See what happens now. We got fuel. Fuel's off. All right. So what we'll do is, we got this fuel in here, and we have our bowl nut in there, so that's awesome. Good job. See if we can get this out. Let's put our bowl back on. You know what I noticed was that the drain was over here. No, that wouldn't do anything. Okay, so let's see if this thing's going to overflow with fuel now. See if that float is going to shut the fuel off, or fuel's going to come pouring out of here. All right, I'll bring you back in a few minutes. All right, so it's been quite some time now. We don't seem to have any fuel leaking out of the carburetor, so that's good. Maybe there was just something stuck in between the needle and seat. I don't know. However, this fuel shut off is bothering me. I don't like to have a tank of fuel being held by nothing more than a needle and seat from the float. So I think what I'm going to do is pull this fuel line off here, drain the bowl. I don't like fuel sitting in the bowl. Drain the fuel tank, and then replace this valve. I don't have that, so we'll have to do that on another episode. So for today, I'm going to drain the tank. This way there's no fuel sitting in there. And if it does snow and I don't get the valve yet, I can put some fuel in, it'll run, and then I'll just have to empty the fuel again until I get the shut-off valve. All right. That's the plan. All right, guys, I got it all back together. I'm going to order a new fuel valve, and then once I get that, we'll change that. The reason I put it back together is I can still use it if we get snow next week. I just can't turn the fuel off. I'll have to run it dry again. So as soon as I get a new fuel valve, we'll bring you back. All right, guys, here we are about a week later. A new fuel valve came. See if we can see that. Should be a direct replacement. Let's get this guard back off. We probably have to take the tank off, and we'll get started getting this thing replaced. So fitting here, I'm gonna take this one off too. Great. Here we got the fun. Let's see if we can get these connectors off this time. And the switch is coming apart again. There we go. Okay, this is the fuel shutoff we got to change. Should be empty. I'm going to try to leave the tank on. Let's see if I can get this hose off of here, and then we can twist that out. Take this off complete. So it's completely out of the way. This is a 14 millimeter here. That's what I was afraid of. Yeah, we gotta take this tank off. One. Looks like we got a bolt here. There's one on the other side. And that might be it. This here looks like it's 12 millimeter. Okay, here's our gas tank. Should just be able to spin this right out. Okay, that's what we had. There's a gasket in here. This is the new one. Okay, see this gasket right here came off. So I'm guessing it's this piece right here. We'll have to get that out with a pick. Before we do that, this threads into here. A little reverse thread there. Okay. And we got a small pick. This might be one piece. Yeah, one piece, okay. Okay, see the new one comes with a gasket there, an O-ring. This one doesn't, but it has an O-ring for the tank. So we'll take this off and we'll use that. that off. This was pointed this way. Get our 14mm wrench. Tighten it up. Yep, just like that. Okay, that's good. Let's go throw it back on the snowblower. Piece has to come off. It's awesome. All right, some of you guys may say something that this cover belongs under this one. That's not the case. This one has a bend in it to go underneath. This sticker, for some reason, when they put it on, was put over this cover here. And when I took it apart, I don't need it over here. I just put it on there. There's no reason to have this sticker up on here, so it's why it's underneath, it's behind it. I like using these little battery operated pumps. Nice and easy. I don't have to hold the gas can too high. Pumps it up, not spilling it all over the place. Those wonky safety spouts, they don't work right. They create more of a problem than they correct. It's like I got a 2-pack of these for 10 bucks on eBay. They work great. Let's hope that valve doesn't leak now that this tank is full, huh? It'll be all right. There we go. Well guys, thanks for joining me on another adventure of 5B's Garage. We worked on this Ariens 926 LE. This is my personal machine. We replaced some missing parts, did some basic maintenance that it needed, and I think she's all ready for the next snowstorm. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the 5B's action. We'll see you guys on the next one.